Okay.
In completing and looking for that electrical ground wire to a water pipe, here it is coming across that sill plate as we mentioned back from the electrical box. So she is grounded to the sewer pipe. This is your water meter. Basically, this here shuts off. This is controls your water to the flow to the house. This is your main water shut off. This here controls your faucet to the exterior of the house. So that's the first thing we look for. Obviously, this is taken apart because the water is not functioning here now. But we would look at it's copper in and copper through the house. That we normally go to, again, in completing the systems, I'm going to take a look at the furnace. I'm going to remove the front panels, and normally I would start the furnace, make it run, make it operate, make sure she's not cycling, make sure there's no rust in the intake, inspect the ribbon burners, check for gas leaks with a little meter, and just kind of give it a tertiary look from that end. Also, I would take the bottom panel off to the blower door to check the blower compartment. Yeah, that's I'm going to take that off now, or you want me to? Now we have both the manifold compartment open and the blower compartment panels off. We basically look at the ribbon burners that are up in here to see if there's any accumulation of rust and more or less debris. Obviously there is some debris, minor rust, again comparing for the amount of moisture that's in the basement. Again, the age of this thing is this guy's the original also, so we're looking in that fashion. I also check the amount of thermal BTUs that you have in there. We have some aluminum foil insulation around the draft assist fan. I don't know why that's there. We normally don't see that, so I would have that removed. And I would start it up, make sure that the unit is operating, not recycling, and in the case like this I would call for, due to the age, I would call for it to be cleaned and serviced. The other thing, since it's a forced air system, this is your return duct, and basically all air through the house returns this way, both in the heating mode and in the air conditioning mode. So the other thing we check for is always the clarity and the competence of the filter. This filter is extremely filthy, as you can see, so it hasn't been changed in a while. It doesn't fit right, it's not the wrong size, and it's there's an airflow arrow on these things that will tell you which way to install it. The airflow comes down here. I normally write it on here for the client, put an arrow for the airflow pointing inward, and I think this was, yeah, the metal should always be to the outside there. I'll try to find that airflow arrow for you in here. Of course, today we won't have one. But as I was mentioning, the majority of them do have airflow. Here we go, airflow in, and this is the way she should be installed, okay? And I would normally write that information on there. This is a 16 by 25. You probably need something just a little bit shorter than that for the airflow. It's important to change these every 30 days, or we recommend the 90-day allergen, especially moving into a new house. We recommend the allergen type 3M filters. When we have this off, obviously the whole system will not operate when we have this lower panel off, because there is a safety switch, which I'll get to show you in a second once I get this back in.
Okay.
When changing that filter, we usually recommend shutting the furnace off. Obviously, I knew the furnace was off anyhow. Because of the safety switch, in the air conditioning mode, if you're attempting to put that lower panel on by toggling that safety switch when you're moving that panel around to make it seat properly, what's going to happen is you will toggle the compressor unit and possibility of damaging it. So make sure, we say, every time you change the filter, shut it off, shut the safety switch off to ensure that there's no damage in that position. So once we have the filter back in, we will close this back up. Obviously we have it running. I leave it running for a while and leave this top door panel open.